making some video here, and you know, I said not one time something now that Black Army of Hungary founded here, but so in an 18th century book. But I don't, the writer not gives the source for this date, nor for month date. But they know something, or maybe there is something, but they don't want to present you anything with detailed, you know. I will show another thing also, which also said was the guy who was born at that date and that city, but how is it described in source is not, because it's an interesting thing about that also. So you know, I put this also in last year, I don't know, video this Black Army of Hungary. I look at on if ENki name, I look at I put it up what if ENki name en ook geen binoch, which in the Slavic means night. You know, and the Hungarian crown is given back to from America, everything is black, you know, black on the book cover of crown is black, so it's something darkness is what I don't know. And you know, so I know this date, the Black Army of Hungary was founded. Yesterday I give it a search. No, so yesterday where I look at on what the fuck, man? Exactly that book which given the search as I was putting disappeared. Well, let's try a new one. So in the same book where I saw, this thing that Felix Bourrier is his father. Jason said, and I put that in the search in the Google books. And he really says it, Bourrier Heliopolis. Let's see again. And in the same book, I screwed a little bit down there later, and it says this number, you know, when the Hungarian Black Army was founded. Say 61, but whatever, you know, 1 year. 1 year, not even the case of Jason, not what is. So let's see. ONX, ODS is father. That's how I find it. But I remember this was the book, but I should now go to Pirater. Let's see. William Smith is a good book, otherwise if he talks about something, talks in detailed way, you know. I remember when I was searching about Scythian, Hungarian, Abaris, for example, I guess. So this kind of things has at least 1 or 2 pages. In all their books there is written even more about certain things. So this must be this, no? William, that's it. Look, even it's connected with Achilles. Achilles in movie also said he's the son of Peleus. So the phoenix, one version what means, second version what means, he's, they say on this one. Phoenix, the phoenix. There is Pythia, also in the Troy movie, Achilles is shown that lives there. He's son of Peleus. So even probably Achilles is phoenix. Whatever, what it is. I don't read that. So here, scroll ladder was not here. So he was say that some say that the Phoenix cycle is 1,461 years. It's not highlighted out because I not yet searched what it is only. Where the fuck I saw first time, man? This serious thing I saw later. even made some quick notes here. All right, I saw. I was remember. I saw here the same book where I found it at first. I'm like I sometimes when Jason says a book, I go to Google Books and find the book which he talks about. Not this book was, man. Fuck's sake. Also William earlier, so the later edition. Here, look, here the new edition not says what say that. Not say that for 1400. Also William Smith. Please say, not say that. Here, huh? Here is it. It says here, where was my holy fuck I saw? Some say 500, according to a story which again Morgan finishes arrived at a very old age. Some say 500, we have heard that many times. Or 1461. Crazy. It also is says. It says here. So this is, and after that I put it in search, of course, So I found that this Phoenix with the star is found in Egyptian monument. The symbol is believed of the period of Sirius. Sirius name here I noted for myself. Sirius name similar already with the Hussar name, Khazar if you want. Otherwise, if you say Khazar, character can be this. But in English, this K letter or C letter is C also, right? If you say Khazar or Hussar, they've transformed the H letter to GKH because they can interchange. So in fact, you have two S letters, like let's say Sazar. What is So you have just Sa. So you have only the SR consonant, so like A, Asir, S, Sir. And interesting, we talk about Hussars, Hussars name similar to horse also, if you want. So Horus, I guess Hermes or Horus is, Jason says, is ENki also. About Etana he said, or Etana about Etana he said. Tut also he said is ENki. Tamer of horses or timer of hours, crazy. Phoenix keeper of calendar. It's interesting, so if you similar to Asir name, then at first interesting that the first cover in the word, horseman, how to say, is not holy fuck, they changed it now. But they said that Sychians appeared only after 600 BC, So now that the Sychians are. But no, as I remember, you go to Wiki, Hungarian Hussars are not even mentioned it, so you can imagine, right? Look here, all the Hussars. History. Origins. It is Assyria, I guess. No, they changed it now, look. It's where the Assyrian royalty. So as I remember, it Assyrian is. And of course, they put Assyrian cavalry. So there in south is a Wolvet cavalry, but in north, or rather north, no nomads were just riding like the naked S, so primitive, so not even can consider it. horsemen, like cavalry, just like horse riding primitives, you know. Iranic Parthians, yeah, of course, everything is Iranic. No, it's not, it's fucking Euro-Asia. Every, let's say. Because I know they always, put Assyrians at first. Probably changes a little bit the narrative, how to push, you know. As I know, is Assyria. But there you can see the first picture is Assyria similar to, you know, whatever, if you take like Plinius says, the Scythians call it the Persians, so in the same place, right? Korsa, Arose, you know, and they say the Persians call it the Scythian Sakai, like the Czech name or the whatever, you know. But how the fuck Scythians were the horsemen and not they were called Corsarus, which already similar to Usar name, you know, the Khazar and the Scythia piece the Khazaria later, you know. But the Persians are. And if I talk about Black Army, interesting in the same time, but we don't know exactly. They just mention it, but we don't know in fact nothing about them until Maria Theresia, you know. The Hussars also said up here in the time of Corvinus here. But interesting, like I said, we don't know much about that. But up here after 30 years, let's say, when the wiki say that Polish Hussars first hired some Hungarian, they evolved quickly to most famous cavalry, right? The Hungary nothing. They died out and Ottomans beat them, and you know. But I want to say, and about Hungarian Hussars also they push, or there are some sources or some things which can be deduced like this. He said that Hungarian Hussars formed from Serbian bandits. But the Serbian and Persia, you know, Pers, you know, or Siber, or you know, whatever. Same name, you know. So we are getting back to that source. We say the Persians as Corsairs, of course they are, because they are, so it means the Hussar name. The Hungarian Hussars, not the Black Army, but Hussars, are from Persian bandits. And the Black Army, interesting, is from Czech bandits. You know, but more warrior exists in South Hungary also, so Serbia also, so not just Czechia, North Hungary, you know. But the same things, plus of course, as you can imagine that the Hungarian Hussars, in fact, is a Black Army. And they are the Polish, is a Angel, we say, no, so, you know. If they were Raven Army, Black Army, let's say, or they were Falcon Army, because Polak name can be Falco also. I don't know. So it is about light, because let's say the falcon is the bird of light, right? Goes up to the sky and more beautiful and the things. Raven is like a coroner, like a undertaker, how to say. So whatever. So yes, this is a jumper in my eye. This thing. You know, it says. Cyclophoenix is this, and after that I went and put you know, this expression in the search and came this period of Sirius. But Sirius, like I say, that's so you know where I started to write. Sirius has the Serre, Assir, Capus Cavalry, Khazar name probably the same, horse, you know. But it's about horses or Sirius planets, again question, you know. Even if about all these dark black things, when Shiri Hungarian is cry. But read it like this in English, cry or kral or Hungarian király is fucking king. Slavic Hungarian Romana, you know. Or Shire, read it Shire, no, not Söre. Interesting, Shire and Söre, wait a minute, so English is fucking lord. So we are back to lords, some royal army and shit, you know. Shiri Hungarian, read Shire, is a grave also. So like Burial, you know. Fucking hell. Ah, crazy. It's about end times, man. Everything, not just Hungarian history is clear. Is about end times. That's why it's negative, and this is magnified and pushed in our heads. Because in Hungary there was there more fucked up like in Transylvania. We don't learn Hungarian history, which is good because we are not filled with shit. In Hungary there are more fucked Hungarians, you know. Sounds paradox, but that's it. So that is was other connection which I observed here. So yeah. So Phoenix Cyclades, this and the Black Arm of Hungary, like I said, the dude who wrote this and not give source. He says September 19, but in two other 19th century books are so cited from him. And was cited not like this date and September 19, but 29, you know. Yes, because they jump into 10 days of Gregory modification, which they sometimes mention that is like this or that they not mention. Wikipedia also you can see. So you know that when you see a date, you can put up that maybe can be September 9, can be 29, you know. And 29 is, you know, again, marker again, some big thing. Marker Archangel Feast Day. What I wanted. Alright. And interesting, another thing, but there is no Wikipedia page for that because it's Hungarian thing. Is this when a big Hungarian army is formed in Sicily and Napoli for extermination of German and Frankish bandits from this territory of Napolitan and Sicilian kingdom, you know. So exactly 100 years before. By Louis Angelvin, as I say. Interestingly, exactly 100 years, Black Army of Hungary formed. And this Magna Societas, this, when is dissolved, I saw the source for that. 64, they join remnants of this company, mercenary company in Italy, you know, like, again, extermination of those bandits, and here it is made from Czech bandits. In the time when the Hunyadis, the Corvinus, and his father also had wars versus Czechs, you know. So some bandit things, some negative things, you know. And they join the Falco, interesting Falco again, Bianca, White Falcon or the English White Company of John. John again, when you see John is about renewing, Noah. Judgment there shit. John Hawk, you know, Woede. But the last leader of Black Army of Hungary, which ends here, is called John Haugwitz. You take out that GK similar and with the letters dit is similar, so Haugwitz is Hawk probably, you know, 100 years later. But there's no fucking here is a so they are formed to mercenary army, Hungarian mercenary army in Italy for extermination of some German and Frankish bandits from the territory of Napolitan and the Sicilian kingdom. But this small story codifies some big, like I said many times, smaller things codify big things. And probably the same with the Black Army. And like I said, it said like when they dissolved in 64, the remnants of this Hungarian company joined the White Falcon or English White Company of John Hawkwood. So it like lets you feel included like this is White Company, this is for Black anyway, because Hungar or Neger has to be, you know. And exactly 100 years later, we have the Black Army. And we have the Raven King, which is Black Winger, and this army was founded by Louis the Great of Anjou of Hungary. But Anjou is written Angewine, which I make it up like Angel Wings, so we are back to Angel Wings. You know? But that's how I think. Alright, so this is also interesting. let's show you that English white company. Of course, English is there is Wikipedia about this, you know, like here. Campania Banco de Falco. You look at. This is said it was memories and then. So it was like big guy, you know. Wow, even the horses was, you know. If you put this this in a search, on a Societas Hungarorum, Hungarian company, or you can find here and there books if they're not took out, I don't know. English is Angle, Angle win the game, Angers, you know, English. Vad exactly English and Hungarian thing? Hawk, you know. John Hawkwood. Look how many ways is written a name, you know. John is Akutus, Hawk, it's even similar to Hawkwood. John Hunyadis name was written Danus, you know. So Matthias Corinus' father. You already similar. He's also John, similar to Howard, like you know. That's what they coaching and making up. Which was the other thing. So this you know, and this could be in this case in the Black Army some Phoenix thing, because you know Phoenix darkness, the sun of Hungarian Phoenix, Phoenix light, X deleted. It's black everything here goes to Hungarian krone, coming down from ENki otherwise. So you know, it's Phoenix or what a flying. But this is content now from Jesus. But as I see, and not just in this video, but in other videos, so I put that these things go sometimes to Jesus. So Jesus is also some darkening or something. It is Phoenix, is clear. But now the Phoenix is really some darkening, some negative thing or some birth. Or Nibiru has the born. Nemesis 6, this is procreation in Hungarian, so I don't know. Once this Sirius also similar to Asir, Kazar, Hussar, horse name. Here is grave, so again some negative thing. Holy fuck, what I found. He also said that first Phoenix appeared in the reign of Sesostris. It's interesting because Jason is one of the last videos. Was some 1 month ago, I don't know. He said, fuck off. What the fuck was that? Yeah. So Justinus, what there was says that the Scyths are older than the Egyptians. Says that the Sesostris, Egyptian king, the father was het worden with Tanaus. Some consider, I guess even as he says, that Tanaus is the first king of Scyths. You know? Because Tanaus name more again similar to Etana. But Jesus said he's ENki. It's some, I don't know, Babylon, I don't know what mythology. He goes up to heaven also. They show it like some artifact or some shit. Could have phone tablets, I don't know. So I don't know, this probably also was not a war, but Etana went to heaven. Because Justinus says, not Justinus says, but probably if I will go after where he said that in the reign of Sesostris, found it also Tacitus when it says for the 34 BC here. Jason also says this, Jason has a phoenix for the 31. So so why is not in the time of Sesostris? Who raised with Tanaus, Etana, going to heaven again. But the date is cannot be this. Put that in 9th century, 19th century, or whatever, you know. And Sesostris appears not even so is a mess. Other sources say in other way. Well, Vesoxy Sesostris. Hey, look here. Manage Jason, so I asked Jason, he said, because you know, a video came out for me like, I don't know. Manage is here. Wiki they put like this Manage. First dynasty, but Jason says, I was thinking, even Jason says like close to that ENki, that Manage is ENki. I never heard that he said that Manage is ENki. He said that just this, you know. But no, is I see Sesostris is put that here. That we fighted with Tanaus, King, Tanaus similar to Etana, you know. Whole dynasty, holy fuck, you know. But it is a mess. But Gunnar Hazel said that all these 3,000 years, in fact, is 1,000 before Christ, and all this Egyptian story, you know. Whatever. So probably here. Not saying with that, was the two links. Name of ja, some say that the conqueror beat the Sychians, but you see, no says he Sychians chased him. Look here. Of course, they put the version when Sychians are beaten, because every time the Nordics or nomads, so the Hungarians, who Sychians are beaten, so that they put always that version. So not even accidentally they put the Sychians beaten him, you know. They're not even thought Justinus, who say that. They say Justinus. Yeah, because Justinus says that he was beaten by Sychians, so chased. They took his tent and spoils and some shit, you know. And the moral says stopped the Sychians to enter in Europe. So you know, Scythian head also here. Whatever. So why exactly goes to Sesostris in time when Phoenix appeared at first, and this year they want to say. Alright, I should dig deeper. Who has war with Tanaus, Scythian king? But they even said that not even existed, you know. Not as if Tanaus, the legend of king of ghosts, they make it gold, but the ghosts were just Scythians also. So the fucking hell. Ter mensen soldi Justinus epitomos Rus Pompeius sta buca says Egyptian schiza una cosa gosta schiza they don't distinguish it. They were same, so you know, but they don't whatever. That's how they look even also the tunnels. So if Etana is ENki, Tanaus has war with Sesostris when a phoenix appears. But Jason also not occupied with Northern stories, so not knows, not takes in consideration. Probably heard, I don't know. But this is another interesting connection. It also some Tanaus, Etana, ENki. Because I went down from ENki now, here. Where I start. Here. Other book was here. I found it again some interesting. I don't know which was here in middle, I guess. Here again. Here. Vague years. Ah, here was something with vague years. Oh, yeah. So if Sirius, Hussar, Horse, Cavalry, Assyria, Sheer, Greve, so dead. Sheer is Cry Hungarian, but Cry is King. Slavic Romanian. The Hungarian tieren, so you went kraaien, you went thieves, right? Is kun je, kun niet. So laten kunnen let is like ENki. So ENki was a sure, or sure was lorde, lord ENki. Schier, kraai, kun je, tieren, kunnen, ENki, kun je stieren, oren, schieren, but sir in English is lord. Crying Lord like Jesus on the cross or what the fuck, you know? But not on the cross is what something is. And was said something, where the heck, man? Oh, that he probably noted here. Yeah. In this. What the fuck? 400, this Intersatilen Gallian number. At the left here. Reasoning therefore, one of the Phoenix cycle will commence when the Phoenix rose about 1 hour before the sun on the first day of Wagir. I don't know what the Wagir, but it says 1 hour before the sun on the first day, you know. And about the second last Hungarian leader is said was born 1 hour before anti-Aurora. Aurora, if you translate to Latin, is like let's say what is it? Is a daybreak at the dawn. So when the sun comes up, you can understand like this, because here it says that the phoenix appeared 1 hour before the sun, and this guy, second last Hungarian leader, it was board like this. Let's see if I found the source. Interesting, the Trojans also attacking in the movie. The Greeks, probably the Phoenix attacked them or what? Which also says that all the Olympian Greek gods fled to Egypt because of the Phoenix. Interesting. So let's see. Ante auroram subhoram primam. So ante dawn, daybreak. Let's put Emericus. Fucking heck. But it's written even the DM Martis, even in March, Martis again, you know, dead like March is 4 or a red planet or whatnot. Fucking hell. Met the censoring me out. Chronicles Capus chances, I don't know where it is. Ante Auroram. Ooh, yeah. It's put the date, but I guess it's written with Latin. Latin numbers. Here. So the do the look. September 2 is here, you know, we say that September 24, 5. Die Martis, so March, anti-Aurora, the right S letter, like F letter. Like I said, all that text, you know, but then don't put that horizontal line. Anti-Auroram, subhoram, primam, rusus deus, benediction, God, I don't know. Nosum torum natus ques nobis filiolus Emericus is the chronicle of the general family, how to say. Emericus, this, you know. And he has this fucking number with a J, so I connected to Phoenix also. In fact, big Phoenix event was here. It was this year's a Jason. Was another biggest event, Noah's flood. Here also even was Paul shift, Adam, Eve, reset, total destruction. Jesus said people believe that they live on the new heaven and new earth. That's what they show it naked. Paul shift and Phoenix appeared. Hier had de Noah's flood, hier de 7 Anunnaks en die Sumer, Vapor, canopy ends, sun appears, was not visible because of vapor canopy. What the heck is here, you know? It's a big thing here. This number is, also they starting from some like JSON, you know, this number. It's three times the Phoenix so there was. Phoenix cycle, JSON, you know. So butterfly here in the teckelius and JSON says that the Noah fluid is similar with deucalion fluid, you know. Deucalion similar to teckelius name, you know. The name of this guy. It's written teckelius, so I don't know he's written it teckelius, they're not writing like this. It's also until aurora daybreak, you know, 1 hour before the sun, and he says Phoenix rose about an hour before the sun. The guy born at the Phoenix number difference, how to say, wait a fucking minute. So if deucalion voor Noah's food was Phoenix, here, right, here Phoenix event also, I don't put that. Dit dan this, so this teckeli guy, show immediately where is the teckelius. Born 1 hour before sunrise, daybreak. And they say in that book that Phoenix appeared 1 hour before sun. And it's in Phoenix darkness, the sun, Jason say, minus the big Phoenix cycle will go down to 1, so Jesus. We are getting back to fucking Jesus again, you know. But Jesus is Phoenix because I say the Romanian Susi Romania means up. Up Hungarian means fenn or fenn. It's not fenn X then, you know. That's fucking simple. This teckelius also Jesus, because I already said that almost the first Hungarian leader, this guy is the second last Hungarian leader. There is another one also for 30 years and that's it, you know. But not this picture, this is mental illness, you know. So let's see, but it goes down to there or where, because Jason has this, tillsammans the Phoenix cycle. The big Phoenix cycle, Jason is this, here almost, the other almost, like which I put in the video. Where I said that there are only 2 almost as Hungarian, instead there are Phoenix, no question, you know. But there's 2 almost, I say, you know. The second almost is a throne claimant who's later blinded and killed, Games versus Hungary first time at this date. Interesting, you know. Claim the throne. Here, avarons appearing Constantinople, Agia Sophia collapses, Black Plague also, I guess. Was fucking Jesus, man. Plus the guy's name, Teckelius, let's show you that Teckelius, what the fuck they write? If you miss the letter, they already know that shows. Princeps Americus Teckelius. Look, when he says in a contemporary book, Rex of Upper Hungary, Superioris, means upper. Because he was a ruler of Upper Hungary here. And in a book, let's say, if he is real, after 2 years, says that he's not just ruler, but king. Holy fuck, I must say this shit. It's about him, you know. But then only this, not written Teckelius. Heck, holy fuck, man. Look, this guy is about him, Teukelimra. Look, Americus Teckelius. I remember when I searched it, I could not find it later, realized that or this or one letter must not be put that was not entered, it's just only, you know, like this only. Not. Holy fuck, which was the real shit? That's what I'm saying is saying so red. Even if you mess up this, but the guy has this name, nothing, it should fucking enter, man, or something similar. Nothing enters. So it's sensor red, man. The fucking censoring. So fucking clear. It also about him, he was grov ödle, otherwise. Opera Hungaron och Duxe, so is him, because teckelius similar with the intelligent deucalion name, but not Lius but Leon, but whatever. The root word is the same, It's crazy. I found that these things are occidental, and most things I found occidental because or where the heck to know these things. I don't know these things. But you must dig like as you see it in more older books, there are more information. Crazy. He also says that here, because that's why I was searching. First, Sesostris, where Sesostris has woorden, probably not even word is something else. It first king of Scythia, Tanaus, but Etana similar to Tanaus, and Jesus said Tanaus went to heaven also like ENki. So going to Egypt is going to heaven, or going to Greece is the heaven, I don't know. That people manage around here. Holy fucking interesting. Sufis for dynasty. So look, here they put the Anunnaks disappear. According to Jason, the BC 2707. Nibiru appears and goes out of 60 years. Anunnak vanishes, he says. They went to heaven. Many Hungarian heaven. That's why I put the crazy long explanatory way like this here. Are not highlighted yet out. Many means to go. It's crazy. Go and in English go, to go worden, has the root word of God. Go God. That's fucking. I don't know the real story, so I'm just, chilling around here. I'm cheerful, but, But these things where I wanted to, let's see if I noted something. But yes, because this is the difference between they say about some Julian era, I don't know exactly what is this, but whatever, so this there were the crazy things. Edura, so 1 hour before the sunrise, in that book says Phoenix rises before 1 hour at the sun. Correct, this number is correct to Sirius, similar to Hussar name, similar to Grave, Cry, ENki again, crazy. This year, that Phoenix was Phoenix Cycle. Syrian Ossir, Hussar, Horsemen again. Ah, shit, man. Period of Sirius. Period of Cry. And that's why probably Jesus said that dark satellite appears, this will be the draconian times, like the severe, like dictatorship and shit. The dark archons, the dark satellite appears, the prison planet of seven Anunnaki kings of Sumer. I guess this goes with Black Army also. Yeah, because this is the era when only Scythian sage Anacarsis goes to Greece. Also, everybody goes to Greece. Every road leads to Rome, I said. Rome is Byzantium, the same fucking thing. Or the Helios, Sunland, or Earth, Pannonia, Hungary, or Hispania, or I don't know, most Hispania, also Hispania. Anacarsis also has the current name, because Kerni, Slavic means black, so why again, back to black. Anacarsis is the only Scythian sage who goes to era. 47th Olympiad and interesting 47th president is Trump. So, and it goes down to one chronic, the second Hungarian coming, if I take it was it says in the time of 47th Olympiad, which is between, as I calculated, between 592 and 88. If I a little bit cheat with 2 years, goes the Deucalion era of martyrs. But Deucalion again similar to fucking deucalion name, just saying, Deucalion name, Deucalion era of martyrs. So again, tiers, tieren, Sirius kraaien, Assir en Sirius en Schieten, Hungarian, but the tieren, fucking kunje. Zodat de nukken net is like ENki name. En ook Nochi, I put that in video. Crazy. Something was in. So this chrono I show it to you, I guess. So now I can say again that the teckelius was a. He was born in the same timeline as the Phoenix and the Noahs, who they know the big things, Anunnaki saying the no. No, after that is a. Oh, what the fuck is man? So here. Yes, this is the big other Phoenix event at Jason. He is, only ruler of Upper Hungary. There was no before. This was only this. Here, fuck, that's it. Why Upper Hungary again? Something upper again. You think about, already some science fiction, or what they say. Because he was born in Kes Mark, but Kishi Hungara mis Kneife. Marok mis Palm. So again, like cutting palm, red Jesus on the cross and shit, September, always September, these things always are September. Yeah, live this year's. And I was saying that Anna course is in the 47th Olympiad here. Went to era. So again, Greece, somebody goes to Greece, like Phoenix goes to Greece. Black satellite, Black Army of Hungary, Hungarians coming. Deucalion era of martyrs against some dark negative things. Draconian times appear in Jesus, say the dark satellite. She said in Chronicon, I saw his Chronicon in these days, he says is a lost planet of satellite of Nibiru or something. But he said, I remember what moon also, that is a dead planet inhabited by Anuna. So the guy was born, 1 hour before Sun. This year is before Sun. Phoenix appears. What was here? Whatever. Sirius, Sesostris and Sirius. Sesostris connected to Tanaus, Etana. Sirius Hussars. Cry again, Deucalion era of martyrs is cry, ENki. The same fucking stories, man. Codified in after class again, how to say. These stories are the same with the after class stories. Fomenko has right. Even Jason has right, because Jason also showed all things like this. Like even I wrote another video, I said that this video smells like Fomenko. And he will like it with heart. And that comment. It was half a year ago. Crazy evidence, so I don't know. Something, this is the title. So he also goes through this, not keeps much to consideration to the PC after Christ. Shows us that the same numbers appear like, distances. But of course, he will say that these are just not like Fomenko that this up. So I don't know again which Fomenko has right, Jason has right, Sychians or whatever is crazy boat. So for me, is enough for this until now. Bog years. Well, what is bog years, man? I've never heard of it. Bog years is like nothing much is known. So, no. Yeah, I need. Oh, yeah. Ja. Hvor de together face the tension of all girls and ja, Jason pusher die zo. Ik wil 10 zo'n retrograde 10 degrees and we have more days so dan 65 but 60 days before the normal kon langer. Ja, holy fuck, what can be there here man everywhere? Anti-Aurora. Guy was born anti-Aurora. Where was the told? I already went through somewhere. Alright. Connected teckelius also interesting. Look, teckelius, fonn of Peleus, Phoenix Cursor and shit sounds solid. But that is bird, but well, whatever is the man's name. Alright, that's it. So it's crazy when I see Black Army with ENki and all dark and in black things, ravens and shit. And Phoenix means dark against the sun. Now I see the Phoenix sigle in some books, they say that 1 year off, black formation of Black Army. Plus in Hungarian history, we have exactly 100 years before the big Hungarian company also versus some bandits, but the Black Army was made from Czechish bandits, but the Black Army hussars appear also, but we don't know about Hungarian hussars. They appear probably as Polish hussars. The Hungarians hussars appear in time of Maria Theresia. So we just I guess the Diocletian era after. Look. On Wiki they put the Husaria Polish appears here and the Golden Odense. There are so many cases, 10 years difference. So I can presume that I can put here too, you know. I saw in 6 places that they're playing some 10 years. So the Diocletian era of martyrs, so crying, sheer zeuren, ENki nu. Yeah, go, so the between opponents of Polish hussars and the end, fucking Diocletian era of martyrs. But the Parthian era, what is also used, was when Maria Theresa is fucking Queen of Hungary. That in fact the Hungarian hussars appear. That's why they pushed here ended the Black Army, but in fact the same with the Polish army, but the same with Hungarian hussars, but they appear this time later, you know. Crazy, so that's how they work in chronology and shit. So that other is 3061, big Hungarian company versus some bandits also. Louis the Angelwing, top is the Angelwing name. Here we have the Raven King, the Black Army. Crazy. They mentioned Sirius at first. Sirius is crying again, so is an heir of Marty, so daar zat in top is and shit. Miss Horse, Sir, Horse. Sir in Hungarian miss Hair again, otherwise. Hair. Hair in English is said for success or son or what fuck. Here they also said the first Phoenix appearance on Sesostris, who has deal action for, let's say, with Sychians led by Tanaus. Similar to Etana name, Etana is said ENki goes to heaven also. Fucking hell. Here, what the heck was here, man? Here, you know, the Phoenix appears 1 hour before the guy was born 1 hour before sunrise. At this fucking date, which is Jason is one of the most important numbers because it's the difference between Annus Mundi, Total Reset, Adam Eve Reset, Phoenix Even Destruction, everything. Until 7 Anunnaks and Noah's flood, which is deucalion flood according to him, deucalion teckelius name. You know. So this guy is Phoenix also, but it's written in other way, the story, you know. It's probably fake story. But if I count from here down the 3 big Phoenix cycle number of Jason, the 552, goes to fucking Jesus. Jesus is Phoenix again. And this guy is also Phoenix. So the second last Hungarian king, leader, the same with Armus, because Armus I took out the same with Enoch. But Armus is connected to really last Hungarian leader. This This is the last one going on. The ENki data connected to this and almost days too. So this is ENki also and almost. The first one going on leader and the last is the same fucking thing. Who seems they are Jesus as ENki. Borsi, Paris, Frank, France, fucking leaves France to exile in Turkey or from France when Son King dies. Ah, shit, man. Alright, that's it. Fucking hell, man.